In the previous video, we found and purchased my Aeronca Chief, started the trip 600 miles home from Georgia back to Illinois, grounded by winds in a small town still 200 miles south, and had my brother come and pick me up so I could go work the next day. As soon as I could fulfill my work obligations, went into the city, bought an Amtrak ticket, headed south. And by gosh, the train stopped in the same small town where I had left the plane. This was my first time ever riding on Amtrak, but I have to say I was incredibly surprised with how clean the cars were, how nice the ride was, and how cheap the tickets were. It was cheaper than driving and took less time. After sitting that whole train ride, I had a good opportunity to get my steps back in with a 1-mile hike to the airport. Daylight had faded by the time I got there, and I was facing some barking dogs that weren't liking my presence as I passed by their farm, but I finally made it back to my bird, safe and sound. After a nice quiet night out in the country and a wake-up call from the birds, I had another surprise waiting for me.
50 million people from the US Midwest to the East Coast are under air quality alerts as smoke from Canadian wildfires sweeps across the border. Chicago and Detroit had the worst air quality in the world throughout the day Tuesday, according to...
Smoke from Canadian wildfires had shot the visibility down to a quarter mile, and there was no way I was getting out of there, no matter what the winds were. Luckily, at this time, the airport also started to wake up, and Jerry, the airport manager, was able to secure me a hangar for the foreseeable future. This guy's truly world class. If you're ever around, stop in and say hi to him. They've even got a crew car here. Let's go a couple miles up the road, visit my buddy Ryan Hafley in Mattoon. Be part of youth group at their church, get a nice warm bed to sleep in, and even get to go to the church with them in the morning. Thank you again to Ryan and his parents for their hospitality. After a couple days with some good folks, it's time to head back. Although now, a storm is brewing, and a pretty big one, too. This storm even had the jet guys searching for hangar space. Glad my little kite of an airplane found a spot first. Special thanks to the Falcon 50 pilots for treating me to lunch. That cell was pretty violent, but with all that smoke in the area, it was just what we needed to clear out those skies. Now, have any of you guys had a fuel stop take that long? Let me know down in the comments. Where have you guys been stuck and for how long? Everything is looking good. Even got some dessert, courtesy of the Falcon 50 guys. Thank you again. Of course, as soon as I get close into Chicago, the ceiling shoots way down and the smoke is back. 600-foot overcast and less than 2 miles visibility. We just dealt with this. At this point, what's another night? Taylorcraft Tim, linked below, just so happened to be in the same situation. As a team of 2, we managed to get the crew car going, got some gas station pizza in our bellies, and I settled in to my new sleeping arrangements. The oh-so-loved FBO couch. Everything comes to pass, and so did this weather. We were homebound within the morning. Visibility wasn't the best, but it was flyable, safe, and legal. And before we knew it, we were over my work in Wakanda, Illinois. After all these days on the road, it felt a little strange lining up for the runway at my home airport. But nearly a week after the trip first began, it quickly faded into relief. It's good to be back. I want to take the time to thank everyone who helped me on this journey and everyone who helped me get to where I am today. Thank you. I could not have done it without you. And I want to say, if there's a journey you want to take or something that you want to accomplish, go for it. What do you have to lose? Like, subscribe, and stay tuned for the next journeys to come.